not shaking anymore. Does the clicker work though?
It should when it's plugged in.
Okay. Wow, good evening. What if you could wake up every morning feeling great? You had energy, you had zero stress, and ladies, you had absolutely no guilt.
Oh.
How would that feel? My name is Marsley. I'm a proud mum of two, married to the gorgeous Ian. And like many of you here, I juggle work and home. Before I tell you a little bit more about myself, I'd like to take the opportunity firstly to thank everybody for coming along this evening, taking time out. I'd really like to honour all the other finalists here. It really is a privilege to stand up in front of such beautiful and great women in business here in the Redlands. And now I'm joking. Thirdly, a big thank you to the Chamber of Commerce, not only for tonight and the Business Awards, but more importantly for your continued support towards and helping women in business in the Redlands. My life as a woman in business started, I guess, when I was a young girl. My parents had clothing factories, and as a kid, I'd have to work in the factory during holidays for extra pocket money. Those years taught me many things. Not only how to pinch fabric from under the cutting room table, make awesome Madonna tube skirts and pencil cases, which I sold at school. Those years also taught me that being a woman in business is a really tough act. I witnessed my mum sacrifice plenty and work, work, work in order for us to have the upbringing that we had. That became my belief. That became my mindset, that is what you do. In order to get where it is that you want to get to, you have to work, 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 and sacrifice loads. So with that mindset, I packed my bags at the age of 18. I left home, I left my friends, I left my family in Cape Town, and I headed to the UK to study law. My professional career started in corporate London. Now, if there's one place on earth that teaches a lady how to grow a pair, it's corporate London of the 90s. My professional career also ended quite abruptly in the male-dominated world of London. I was made redundant on my first day back after maternity leave. So there I was. You know, making a law graduate redundant for a start is not a wise move, let alone an extremely hormonal one, I'll tell you. So there I was with a 4-month-old, and I was taking a provider of work-life balance strategies to major global organizations to court for sex discrimination and for wrongful dismissal. And it was during this 14-month legal battle that I retrained to become a nail technician, much to the dismay of everyone, mainly my mother. Fast forward to 2005, Ian and I arrived in Australia. We purchased Rubberden. We came over on a business visa. I joined Creative Nail Design as an education ambassador, and we bought a nail salon within 6 months. We also bought the land and decided to build a house. But, you know, we can just juggle. I absolutely loved my job. I loved those years in the salon. I had the most amazing team. I grew my business turnover by over 500% in 4 years. I was flying around the country doing media and PR work. I loved what I was doing. I was working hard. I had a supportive husband, I had a child in daycare and a great team. I was working hard because that's what you do, right? It's that belief system. My daughter arrived a couple of years later, and the day that she arrived, I received a text message from my maternity cover to tell me that she could no longer fulfill that position. So 3 weeks after having a cesarean, I was back behind a nail desk. I was expressing while a team of nail technicians were feeding my child. But it's what you do. Before I knew it, I had 2 children in full-time care. I had no relationship with my husband. And then one day, I opened up a notebook. And inside was the writing of a 5-year-old boy. I hate Mummy. I've never watched my son play rugby for 2 years. But it's what you do, right? It's that mindset, that belief. You work and you sacrifice. Anthony Robbins says if you are sacrificing anything in your life to get to where it is that you want to get to, you will start resenting what it is that you are doing. You are setting yourself up for failure. There I was, sacrificing the most relationships that I had. For what? I started hating my job. I don't know if there's anybody here, but if you can relate, just silent mode. I hated going to work every day. So I sold my baby to become the mum to the 2 babies that I had at home. And that lasted 6 months. You know what, being a woman in business is a tough act, but hey, sure, stay-at-home mum. I don't do Play-Doh. So there I joined my husband in our Robertson business. I became responsible for sales and marketing. I also played a large part in our product development team. We launched over 15 new products into market, including Australia's first low allergy cleaning range. We were juggling. I was juggling. That's what you do. We were heavily involved in our rugby club and our swimming club. So not only was I trying to juggle home and work, a husband and kids, I was also responsible for all social media, PR and marketing, club newsletters, cranky parents, duck shop duty, you name it. That's what you do. You work, 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 and you sacrifice. Then I realized I'm actually starting to sacrifice me. This is where my slides were, I promise. You know, ladies, I actually thought I had work-life balance, but to be honest, I didn't. I could take my kids to school and I could go to work, and I could pick my kids up from school and I could do homework with them. I could take my kids to get their hair cut. I couldn't make time for me to get my roots done. I could take the kids to the doctors when they were sick. Me? I was stressed out, tired, cranky, in need of a massage, hairy legs. And Ian will probably tell you, not the nicest person to live with. The doctors told me I was on the verge of adrenal fatigue and I had to do something to get rid of the stress levels. Yeah, right. They weren't going to go away. We have no family here to support us. The only thing that I could get to work on was me. So I did. Ladies, you cannot expect to go 150 kilometers down the fast lane in a beaten up ute if you were putting little or nothing into your car. When that oxygen mask comes down in the airplane, they don't say put it on your kids, put it on your husband. You put it on you first. So that's what I did. I put the oxygen mask on me. And you're probably thinking, so what you do? To be honest, it wasn't that hard. It was really easy. Has anybody here read Anthony Robbins' Awake the Giant Within? Yeah? What a book. And for those who haven't read it, go get it. That book was the turning point for me. That book taught me, or firstly, it sparked a huge passion for personal development. But that book taught me how to change that belief system that I had to work and I had to sacrifice. I started yoga with a gorgeous Amanda at Enso, who's a wonderful, part of the Redlands community. And I started putting the best nutrition and supplements into my body. I got to work on me. I'm standing here today with exactly the same stress as I had 2 years ago. You know what? Probably more. I have 2 businesses now. We have Robertson. I have a network marketing company. I have a team of over 120 people. I'm still responsible for all of our social media, managing the websites and club newsletters for 2 sporting clubs. I'm an active member of 2 business communities, that are dedicated to helping people within business become better versions of themselves every single day. Yeah, life gets a little bit hairy sometimes. The legs up. And I've totally lost where I was going. What I learned over the last 2 years is that I have to put me first. I have to put me in the diary first. Me time. Marsley Smith's time. We also run a shared calendar now in iCloud as a family. And if none of you here are using it, I highly recommend you do it. Everything goes in there. Kids, doctors, dentists, you name it. Even mommy and daddy date night. And when it comes to work-life balance for my team, you know what? It's not just about me. Work-life balance has to be there for everybody who is within my team at Robertson. Every single one of our working moms and dads now has access to our server remotely. And what that means is every single time, if a child is sick, they can work from home if they choose to. They have the choice to go and see their kids get the awards assembly. They have the choice to go and watch the kids at sports days because they can work flexi hours if they choose to. It's not just for men. I wouldn't have been able to make these changes if it wasn't for the amazing support team that I have, my team at Robertson, but more importantly, my husband, my kids, and amazing friends that I have. When it comes to a team, you have to trust them. You have to be able to delegate. And more importantly, when it comes to business, you have to enjoy the journey. You have to enjoy the ride. Don't do what Anthony Robbins says, not to do. I really do feel as if I have work-life balance now. I have balance across all 4 areas of my life. My work, my home, my community, and me. And in doing so, I have found my passion, I have found my purpose, and that is to help other women achieve work-life balance and their goals too. I believe that every woman has the right to feel as great as she can. I just feel that every woman has the right to have the flexibility, to have the energy, to have the joy, to have the passion in what it is that she does, to juggle as many balls as she likes, how she likes, when she likes, wherever she likes. It is my passion, it is my mission to help other women achieve it. I'm looking forward to the blog that I'm launching soon, Messages from Mars, and the future growth of my business, the Body and Life Project. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I look forward to listening to yours. Thank you.